Hey guys, this is Keith, our inspector, Keith Bowman. I've worked with Keith for probably 10, 11 years, so we got a pretty good routine together. I know him, he knows me, blah, blah, blah. And anyway, I'll shut up and let him go ahead and talk.
All right, guys, so we just finished up. I'm going to kind of start with the exterior. Overall, siding was in pretty good shape. I didn't find any decay. On the left and rear side, we did have a little bit of decay to some of the rafter tails. At some point, the gutters filled up. Water's kind of wicked back into that. Front and rear, we did have two pieces of fascia that have a little bit of leading edge decay. That's very commonplace for it to happen.
And there will be pictures of that in the report. That's the tails of the fascia as they hang off the edge of the house.
Exterior trim paint, a little bit of weathering, so there's a couple spots where it's starting to peel. The overall paint on the siding is still in pretty good shape. We did have one downspout on the front. I would just add a splash block to it, get that water away from the foundation. Let's see, by the front entry door, a little bit of evidence where water's wicked back into the sheeting. It's still solid. The gutters are starting to get kind of full there though, so they block up. Water comes up and kind of wicks into that. Exterior front, some minor earthwood contact with the siding. I would kind of pull that back, otherwise it gets wet. You could start to get decay on the lower edge of that siding. Roof overall, I'm thinking 9 to 12 years old. It's in pretty good shape. We did have two shingles. One was cracked. One's got a corner tore off of it. Minor moss, which is just a normal home maintenance item. Good ridge ventilation, good soffit ventilation. Let's see.
Phil's reaching muscle failure.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I now have my camera braced. No, I'm not wanting you to hurry up. I'm just trying to be funny.
Okay, also a couple of the trees on the exterior, they are overhanging the roof. You do want to maintain those and not allow those to get in contact with the roof. Interior overall, flooring's in pretty good shape. There was a little minor damage to the carpet in the front right bedroom by the door. The hall bath, we did have a drain line leak, so you would want to repair that. No signs of hidden moisture around the tubs or the toilets. Let's see, attic overall is in pretty good shape. You could upgrade the insulation. It's insulated to the standard when the home was built. And also it's a little compressed just from people going up there and working. Our kitchen sink, the left sink drains a little bit slowly, so we probably have something blocking in there. Furnace is not that old. Like Phil was telling you, it hasn't been serviced for 2 years, so we're going to recommend that they have a maintenance done on that. I did get good even heat out of all your heat registers.
Yeah, and the furnace is what, 10 years old? No, it's 13. It's 06.
Right.
06, so 13 years old.
Let's see. Crawl space. I can only get about 15 feet into the crawl space. When they replaced the furnace, they replaced your heat ducts. And what they've done, they've put the rigid in there. From what I can see, at some point rodents got in there, so some of the heat duct insulation is damaged. A little bit of the subfloor insulation is damaged. We did have a little bit of wood debris, which ideally if it's rakeable, you want to try and get it out of the crawl space. It's just a conducive condition. I think that's about it. In the morning when you get the report, if you guys have any questions at all, definitely feel free to give me a call. And thank you.
Okay. I want to go back to the rodents real quick because you when we talked about the attic, we missed that. So there's sign. Correct me if I'm wrong. Go ahead, and I'll shut up now. Go ahead.
So the attic, there was one trap. There was a dead rodent in that. There are some droppings up there. The crawl space, I'm just seeing droppings. There are some traps that are set, but they haven't been tripped. The attic or the crawl space lid actually doesn't look that old, so I think at some point that was probably the access point. They fixed it, so I don't think that's active. Same with the attic. I really don't believe that's active. The vegetation that's close to the house, they can get access that way if we have some soffit screens that are damaged.
Yeah.
So that'd be my first guess as to how they got in there.
Right. So the sign you saw was old. The carcass you saw was old.
Oh, that was old. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So that's something with the insulation. I think we'll probably want to have the seller assess for pest, although we don't think it's an active problem. It was probably last fall when the weather turned.
Could be.
But with the pulled down insulation, we'll want to have them fix that insulation. So, yeah. So, okay. I'm sorry to interrupt you, Keith.
No, that's okay. I think we covered.
Yeah, I think we're good.
The bulk of it. Yeah.
Yeah. So we'll get Keith's report tomorrow morning. He usually sends it out pretty early. As you know, I'm traveling tomorrow. So we'll just get on the phone either tomorrow evening or Monday or something. We'll figure it out. We've got quite a bit of time. So anyway, thank you guys.
Thanks, guys.